What is going on, you guys? My name is CezrDaPleazr, otherwise known as CDP. Today's video is going to be showing you guys a bit of gameplay from Warface. It's a free-for-all game. I'm not going to spoil the ending to you guys, but just know that it was an intense game about towards the end of it all. I think I started off a little bit shocky in this game. I'm not sure which video I'm going to be using, but I have a lot of gameplay I've recorded. This game's currently on the Xbox 360 and PC. I'm not too sure if it's on the PS3 or any other console, like, you know, Xbox or the PS4, so don't quote me on that. But the reason I'm going to be showing you guys this game today, earlier this month, or not this month, last month, about 2 weeks ago, I think, I asked on Twitter, was Warface, you know, any good? I was just looking around my Xbox 360, I was downloading a couple games, and I noticed that, oh, what's Warface? I saw there was like an advertisement in the main page on the Xbox 360. I was like, huh, this guy, yeah, excuse me. This was made from the guys over in Crytek in the Cry engine. And I was like, really? They made a new game? Why was this never talked about? How come I haven't heard of this? For the people that don't know, they're the guys that made the Crysis series. I'm not sure of any other games that they made, so I do apologize if they ever listen to this. But yeah, I asked about 2 weeks ago, is Warface any good to check out? And I was shocked to find out that a lot of people were saying, no, it's terrible, da-da-da-da-da-da. There's a whole bunch of negative stuff. And, you know, I was kind of skeptical, wondering, wow, should I even download this? So, after some time, I was like, you know what, I'll download this. I need a new FPS to play. I'm bored with Battlefield. I haven't played Call of Duty forever, and I don't really want to get into that. I've been playing Halo a little bit every now and then, and you know, it's Halo, and you eventually get bored of that kind of stuff. So I was like, you know what, let me discover a new FPS game. And, you know, I did the training, I played a couple matches, and at first I was like, alright, it's alright, you know. I was kind of like, man, I was expecting more, but then I started playing a lot more, okay? Hours and hours, and I played a lot more games. By the way, the games usually last about 10 minutes. There is no score, like, limit. As far as I know, there hasn't been a game where it's like, alright, the enemy team has like, or like, for example, free-for-all, no one reached the max amount of kills in order to win the game. I don't know what the max is for these games. I'm not even too sure. I haven't even checked out, it's like Plant the Bomb, I think it's what it's called, the other game mode that's in this game. I haven't checked that out yet. But I played a lot of TDM free-for-all. I've unlocked some stuff. I've done some contracts. I've unlocked other guns and equipment to use in the vendor system. And you know what? I really love Warface. It's a great first-person shooter game. I'm surprised a lot of people look down upon this game. And again, I'm the kind of guy that I can enjoy Call of Duty. Okay, I'm not saying it's the shit like it used to be, but I can enjoy Call of Duty. You know, I used to be on like Battlefield's like bandwagon. I'm like, oh, Battlefield's amazing, yeah. But I gotta say, Warface is just really fun. I'm gonna go over a few things, the good and the bad, that I've discovered by playing this game. You know, my personal opinions and feelings about each of the things. If there's anything I leave out, it wasn't really important for me to know, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna be just going through right now, discussing what I like and don't like in Warface. So let's get started. First off, what I have here in my notes, and I actually have notes, the level cap in this game is rank 70. I don't know if there's a prestige system, because I'm only playing, how they do it, they have like little lobbies and servers that you can log into, and they have like a good amount of lobbies that are just like for ranks 1 to 10, which is cool for just the new players to kind of get adjusted. And then they have like, alright, it's like you're gonna face like level 40s and shit, you know what I mean? And yeah, so far as I can tell, the level cap is only rank 70, and the reason I say that is because there's an achievement where, you know, just reach rank 70. And that to me seems good, because now a lot of people might think that's pretty short, and those are the people that have played Call of Duty a lot, because I'm in rank 8, and I've played about 6 hours of this game. 6 hours of my life I've gone into this game. And that's just the versus mode. I've also done the co-op mode, but I won't be talking about co-op too much, because I haven't really dove into it too much to really say if it's good or not. So far, as the co-op, just to briefly mention it, I wish there was more in there. So far, from every matches I played, it just seems that the whole team just kind of runs through and just tries to get to the end of it all. And there's like an achievement where like, be the first person to reach the helicopter. And I've already got that achievement, by the way. So it's like people just rush and try to get to the end of that of the section to just get the achievement. Which, all right, whatever. There is no story mode, as far as I can tell. Maybe it is in the co-op mode, But as far as I can tell, there is no like single player mode, which I don't mind too much because you know what? A lot of people that played Battlefield or Call of Duty have never even touched campaign. Like I never touched Call of Duty Ghosts until like one point I was like just bored, right? And the last game I actually played that I actually like delved into the campaign was like Black Ops 1 and Modern Warfare 2. So like it's been a while. I don't really look at the story mode. I'm the kind of guy that didn't even like zombie mode in Black Ops 2, and I think Ghost had it too. Or not zombie mode, but you know what I mean. So far, you know, again, I've only been playing the versus mode, otherwise known as multiplayer, and I've really had a lot of fun with it. But yeah, rank 70, I like that because you have to play a lot of hours into this game just to reach that kind of level, and I kind of appreciate that. Like, it takes a couple matches just to go through like rank 7 to rank 8. I've never been playing for like an hour today, and I'm still at rank 8, and I started off at rank 8, so that puts your mind into perspective. But I like that it's a rank 70 because it shows that you gotta play a lot just to get that far, and I'm looking forward to seeing what else do I unlock, because this game has a certain system where all the stuff that you can unlock, it's not really released to you right out front. You have to buy your equipment, you have to buy your gun, you have to do like vendor challenges, I guess is what I would call it, in order to unlock like new guns or like unlock the capability to be able to buy a new gun for the rifle class, which would be like the assault class, I guess, in Battlefield. And they also have like a medic class, an engineer class, and the sniper rifle class. I've really been playing a lot of rifleman, which is the assault class. A lot, just because that's the kind of individual I am. Every now and then I'll switch into engineer or even the medic class. And what's cool, unlike Battlefield, how you can use different kind of weapons instead of just like one kind of weapon. Riflemen, expect a lot of assault rifles. Obviously sniper rifle class, expect nothing but snipers. What else? I think engineer has where you can use a submachine gun, and your medic class, you have a shotgun. And it's interesting because a medic, I was trying to be like, you know, all right, let's unlock other weapons in order to use something that's not the shotgun, because I don't really like shotguns, which is why I don't play a lot of medic. But yeah, so far I've just been really enjoying the system that they have here. Again, I like the rifleman class and be able to resupply myself with ammo and give other teammates ammo. Medic class, you can revive and heal other people and yourself, of course. Engineer, you can give yourself armor and everyone else armor, because what happens when you're getting shot at and say your buddy survives, he's kind of low on his armor, which is like protecting him from getting killed really, really fast. So what you do, you know, you kill him up and what have you. The sniper class, I think this has like it's like just like a claymore. I'm not too sure. I haven't been playing a lot of the sniper class just because I'm not really a sniper myself. But back to my notes. What else do I have here? Maps are anywhere from medium to small, and I like that a lot. Battlefield has huge, ridiculously huge maps. COD, the same thing, medium to small, not really a lot of big maps. And I think this is a good thing because I don't want this game to feel like Battlefield. It feels, how do I put this? It's like a weird hybrid of like Crytek kind of feel, but Battlefield kind of movement and play style, which is fun and great to have. I'm not particularly fond of the visuals, like, I like the environment, don't get me wrong, but I mean the motion blur, like when I turn around, it's kind of too disruptive. I'm not really a fan of it, but that's just me. But I like the maps are kind of contained because there's not really a lot of action that you're gonna have. Like when you die, it counts down, and then you have to click A to respawn. So there's a bit of a pause. So you're not, you know, boom, 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 boom. You're kind of like, all right, let me take a quick pause, and then you start off in your spawn. Which, if you're playing TDM, by the way, I think we'll be showing a TDM match after the free-for-all match, because I figured that I'm gonna be going off for a little bit too long. But anyway, yeah. You're gonna be in TDM. You have two spawns. That's it. Your team spawn and the enemy spawn. There is no in between, which I kind of don't like personally. I kind of would rather have it where you can spawn in different areas, but it's not like gonna interact with the enemy spawn, which I know is gonna be difficult. With you have to consider a lot of things. You're gonna be making a spawn system for any FPS game, but I like the maps that they're small to medium. Just to finish out the maps, there's only about 4 to 5 maps. I know there's Forest, Crossway, I can't remember the other maps, but I'm kind of disappointed there's only that little bit of, and Forest, my favorite map, by the way. there's not that many maps, and I'm hoping this isn't in beta. I think this is already like a release, but they're updating it as they go. I would love to see them add maybe 1 or 2 maps extra, because you know, after you play a certain amount of maps, you're kind of like, all right, I've seen all this. Now it's just basic FPS kind of style of playing. Like I'm the kind of guy that likes to walk around and look at the environment, and be like, oh, let me see what they did with this, with the waterfall, or what have you. To go on, gun balance, and here's something that I really praise this game for. The balance in this game, as far as weapons are concerned, it's really good. It's really balanced. Like, I've always heard complaints in Battlefield and Call of Duty that guns are always unbalanced. There's always these few guns that are like, you know, good, and obviously really, really bad guns that nobody should ever use. F2000, Modern Warfare 2. But in this game, the guns are really balanced. That you know, just because you lose damage or whatever, it's gonna make up in like control, or like the bullets per second that you're gonna be shooting, and I really like that in this game. So as far as a balance in the guns, I really do enjoy that. Counteracting that though, gun customization is kind of mediocre to me. And what I mean by that is, so unlike in other games or other FPS games I've played, Battlefield, Call of Duty, Rainbow Six Vegas, your gun customization can be done. Actually, no, it's kind of like in Rainbow Six Vegas. Your customization is done in the game. You can equip like a different scope or whatever, you know, before the game. It has to be all done at the time. So, say for example, you have like a scope that's really zoomed in, and that's like gonna help when you're playing like in a contained environment. You're gonna want to take that off, right? Well, in other games, you're gonna be like, oh, damn it, I have to deal with this now. In this game, you can actually push the up button or the up directional button, and then you bring it to like a system like, all right, let me take off my silencer, or put on a silencer, put on a grip, depending on what gun you have, change my scope, etc., etc. And that's really cool, but there isn't a lot of options, or at least as far as I know. Maybe if I play a hell of a lot more, maybe I'll discover new customizable options for my guns, but that doesn't seem like a good system to me, because, you know, that's, unless it's like ridiculously good, then by all means you have to earn your unlocks, but as far as for early on, I don't like the amount of customization that I have, and I have been unlocking a lot of like equipment, you know what I mean, like the scopes, grips, the silencer. It took a while for me to unlock the silencer, by the way. That took a while. I think you get it like a rank 5 or 6, not too sure, but anyway, what else do I have that's good? Alright, the maps. What I like in the maps, even though it is limited, the maps, I like the fact that depending what class you have, it's not going to degrade your value. So for example, each map has a great area for snipers to be at. Like, there's never a place where it's like, oh man, don't be a sniper in this map because you're not going to be able to snipe. No, every map you can be a sniper, you can be a medic, an engineer, the rifleman, you know, from the medium to close range to very close range where you're shocking and being a medic class to obviously your submachine gun use in the engineer class. It all has value there, and it's very cool to see that, because there are other maps in other FPS games that you can't necessarily have that kind of a system, or it's very hard to pull off. And Warface and the guys that make Warface, shout out to you guys, have found a great way to be able to do that, which you know, kudos to you guys. Equipment unlock, how do I put this? It's cool because unlike other games where it's like, all right, just use this game, do the challenge for the weapon, or how do I put this, for the weapon like add-on, like for example, in Modern Warfare 2. If anybody remembers the system, you have to use a silencer to unlock a different site. You have to use a silencer to unlock a different site. The FMJ challenges, etc. So instead of this game, you have to select. I don't know how to explain it so everybody's gonna understand, but there's a system where you have to, like, besides your contracts, which is like stuff that you should do in order to give you like extra money or crown points or etc. Which, you know, crown points and stuff are the money that you can have in order to unlock other things. Excuse me. In this game, it's kind of like, how do I put this? It's extra challenges, but not really. Like, alright, I'm gonna go to like, alright, you can unlock a weapon, you can unlock a certain kind of outfit for your character, and then you can unlock equipment for actual use, you know? And it's cool because you can't do all three at once, but you could choose which one's more value to you. Like, for example, If you want to look maybe a little bit more stylish or whatever, you don't like the kind of headgear that you have or torso clothing that you have, you can see right there in the vendor system like, oh wow, this looks actually pretty cool. And then go for that, and then depending how well you do in each game, it'll give you like, all right, you're on your way this much to unlock this item. And I've always been just focused on the equipment. Every now and then I'll unlock a new gun or whatever, and I like that because it makes you really work for your items and the equipment that you're going to be needing to have in order to be valuable in this game. And I really like that with Warface. What else do I have here? Easy achievements. I was looking at the achievements earlier today, just before I was going to record this. The achievements in this game are really, it's an easy 30 achievements. It's a bit time consuming considering that you have to get rank 70 and that is an achievement, but they're real easy to do. I don't like the fact that, like, a lot of people don't like multiplayer achievements. I actually do, because it gives you something to work for, and it's like, hey, I did this. You know, it gives the meaning of having an achievement more fortitude and notoriety, because it's like, nowadays with the Xbox One and stuff, like, oh, you have an achievement for just watching something on Netflix. It's like, that's not really an achievement. You're just kind of like watching something, you know? I like in multiplayer achievements that it's like you did something that was ridiculously hard to do, or it was like tricky to do, and like, here you go, here's an achievement to show to your friends. Look what I got on this game. It's awesome. It was so hard to do. You're so proud of yourself. But now some of the bad things that I have for Warface. The first thing is you can only do one contract every 24 hours, and I was talking about the contract system earlier. They have like an easy contract, medium contract, like a hard contract, right? And it'll be like kill 20 enemies with a sign up in a free for all, or get a grenadier, which is like a, how do I put this? Like, for example, how in Halo you have like you got a triple kill, or you got a, I don't know how to describe it, but like you gotta do like certain things, and then it's like, oh, get 5 like headshots or whatever, and then you'll get like and then here's your contract done. You can only do one every 24 hours. I don't like that because every gun and equipment that you need to unlock, you have to purchase it with in-game currency. And this game you can purchase like in-game stuff, and like you can just, instead of grinding it out, you can just pay a certain amount of money, and then here's all the points you need to unlock these and buy these guns. But here's why it's not necessarily a bad thing, because again, you can't buy the greatest gun for the rifleman class because you have to unlock that. So you have to put in some work. See, even if you bought money to be able to buy the best gun or whatever in the rifle class, you have to still unlock it first of all, and that's pretty cool, and I like that. They have a Founders Pack going on, which gives you some extra items and stuff that's otherwise not unlockable to you, but it doesn't mean it. But again, because the game's so balanced, it doesn't matter if you don't have that stuff. It's a nice boost to have, but if you're gonna be a player that wants to unlock the stuff and prove that you're good at Warface, or you want to be good at Warface, you have to make sure you go through the grind of being able to earn that stuff. So the in-game currency stuff and the in-game buy-ons, and you can use real money to buy like a bunch of money in for the in-game currency. It's not going to devalue your worth. You can you're still going to know that, hey, I'm here with the weakest gun in the rifle class. And again, it's all balanced. I'm just describing it. But just because you have the best gun, you don't know how to use it. I know like how to, like, for example, like, all right, I was playing earlier, I think yesterday. I was trying to use the pistol just because I wanted to like try to get rid of the pistol. And I found out that if I shoot you in the head and get a headshot with just one bullet and say you were shooting at me with your other gun, you're already immediately dead. And that's awesome, because it's like, the pistols, I will say, they're pretty There's no real point to use the pistol unless it's like you have to reload your main gun and you're like in a heated battle or whatever with somebody. It's like, I'm gonna put on the pistol or whatever. But they're not really useful besides that. Just in my opinion. But I like the fact that if I shoot you in the head with my pistol, you're dead. And don't think that that's like, oh, that's so chill, I could just run with a pistol. You say that, but it's extremely hard to pull off. There are people that try to do that, and they end up with like a horrible KD, or they're not really useful for the team, and it's like, what? Why are you even here, dude? Something I forgot to mention. The knife, or actually, no. The melee seems unique. So I have my gun, right? Just let's pretend it's MP5 from Call of Duty 4, right? If I have my MP5 and I want to use the melee button, it'll hit you with the butt of the weapon, like the back of it, right? It's kind of like in Halo. There is no like, it doesn't pull out your knife and then it swipes you, right? Like in Call of Duty and stuff. Which I kind of don't like because it's kind of slow and it's not really like, how do I put this? if I were to knife you in Call of Duty, it kind of goes to where that your enemy's at, right? Or it will snipe towards you. The melee system needs to do that. It's kind of like wherever I'm aiming, even if you're like right next to me or whatever. If I don't like, if it doesn't touch you, it's not gonna do damage to you. I don't like that. It feels kind of rusty and ruggish to me, just to me. But there is a knife that you can pull out, like in Battlefield, and you can actually run around and try to stab people. And it's cool because instead of like keep having to hit your like attack button, you can just hold the right trigger and then it's like stab, 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 stab. It looks cool. It's fun to just go out there and be like, oh, I see somebody. Do I want a headshot? No, I want to stab him. And you have to stab him 3 times. And it's like, oh wow, I just stabbed you, son. And it's really cool. I like the knife mechanic in the game. I don't like the melee system in the game, but I do like the knife that's in this game. Going back to the bad though. Excuse me. What else do I have here? All right. So there's a system in this game. There's badges. There's stripes, and I think marks is what it's called. It's like, for example, like, all right, here's my all right, like in Call of Duty, you can have a little emblem and then you have your little banner or whatever. It's pretty obvious. Like, there's a system that says, hey, here's how you do it and what have you. In Warface, you kind of have to like randomly push A while you're looking through this, and then you're like, oh, I need to go for this or whatever, and then you actually click A and something that you unlocked, like, oh, win 10 TDM matches, right? And it's like you have this like little banner or like emblem and stuff, right? And you're like, huh, well, that's cool. Let me look at it. And then you actually push A or whatever. It's like, oh, now it's equipped to your actual like name and multiplayer, and people can see that. It's like, oh, well, it didn't say that it's an option, and I feel that. I don't know why they did that, but it's not so obvious, and that's why it's kind of bad to me. Where are we at? We're at 20 minutes in. This is going to be this is about to end. Don't worry. Thank you for everybody that's sat here and just listened to me talk about this game. What else do I have here that's bad? All right, so spawn camping is a major thing, and it's also not. So how it works, like I was saying before, if you're playing TDM, there's only 2 spawns. This end of the map is your team. This other end of the map is your team spawn. That's it. Somebody can try to go in there and try to kill you guys when you spawn in, but you can't. It's like the system like in Super Mario Brothers Melee or whatever, like the finding that they had in Nintendo. When you're spawn in, you kind of have immunity for like 1 or 2 seconds because you're in your spawn area. So if somebody from the other team's in there, you can all just kill him. He can't even do anything to you. So that person's like, what the hell, man? Why my bullets don't work? It's like, well, yeah, you were in their spawn. They have immunity for your damage for like a while, dude. So but on the other side, if we were to wait outside your spawn and we place like a claymore out there, or we're just camping it there, we can just abuse you forever. We can just wait for you to come out, and you will never be able to come out ahead unless you get a few lucky kills. I was playing this map called Hangar, and this happened to me just literally like 10 minutes ago, or well, before this video started. My team was just, and I was doing this too, I'm not gonna lie. We were all just outside their spawn waiting for them to come out and just they're dead, they're dead. And spawn hassle camping is spawn camping hassling is really a big thing, and I kind of wish that wasn't the case, which is why I was saying to spread out the spawns in Warface, but that's just me. Maybe there's people that like doing that. By all means, it's up to you for what you think about that. What else that's bad? That's it, actually. That's all I have in my notes here. I've mentioned the motion blur, I mentioned all the stuff. So my overall opinion of Warface, and should anybody that's interested in a new FPS or just FPS games overall, you should definitely check out this game. It's a really fun game. You're gonna find yourself being like at first like, it's but eventually, like in any other game that's new to you and it's not really your kind of play style, you're like, wow, oh, this is so cool. I want to get the challenges for this. I want to make sure I get the right equipment for my guy. Get this gun for my It's cool. Like I'm the kind of person that likes to complete stuff, so I want to for sure 100% this game. I like to just do everything that I can in a video game, you know? It's fun. Again, if you're somebody that's been kind of bored of Call of Battlefield or any other game, you look for something new to play, it's free. Why not just check it out? You know what I mean? Play a couple games, do a couple co-op missions, why not? And let them know on Twitter, at Xbox Warface is what their Twitter account is, I think. Let them know what you guys think of it. It's a really fun game. I'm enjoying it. If you want to play with me, I'll be happy to play with you. Let me know on YouTube or Twitter. Links in the description for my Twitter, Xbox gamer tag. Well, I'm not going to reload that, even though you just saw what my gamer tag is. But yeah, just check it out. Fun game. I really, really like it. So far, I'm going to say that it's my favorite FPS this year so far. That might change with the new COD or the new Battlefield, who knows. But right now, I'm really happy with Warface, and you guys should check it out. I can't wait to see what they're going to do with it. I can't wait to see it, like, you know, adapt other features from other games and put it all into this, and it's like, oh, this is like the ultimate FPS. At least I would like to see that. So again, thank you guys for checking this video out. It's been a long video. Thank you guys for stopping by. I am CDP, your friendly neighborhood pleaser. Goodbye, and have a nice day. I know I will.